as we welcome you to the 2023 ACC Women's Lacrosse Championship presented by Ally here in Charlotte, where Boston College and North Carolina are set to meet again with a trophy on the line. This matchup has become the rivalry in the sport in recent years, and two teams that deserve to be here. Dominant semifinals, and once again, an ACC title hanging in the balance. It had to be Boston College and North Carolina to decide it. We're looking forward to it. Hi, everybody. Alongside the Hall of Famer, Shea and Stanwick Birch, I'm Jay Alter. We'll be joined by Dana Boyle on the field in just a moment. Shea and Boston College trying to make history today. This would be the program's first ever ACC title. Meanwhile, for North Carolina, they're trying to make it 7 in a row.
Such a dominant run for Carolina, and Carolina had a dominant win against Boston College in the regular season, but BC's got a different look now. Both these teams coming off decisive wins in the semifinals, looking very strong, playing some excellent lacrosse. Even
though North Carolina's won 6 straight ACC championships, they're doing it with totally different personnel this year. In fact, Shan, it's been freshmen leading the way.
It's been amazing to watch their growth, really emerging into leaders of this team. Marissa White, team leader in goals, excellent finisher on the inside, but showcasing some of her other skills. Her dodging ability, her ability to get off the line. Excellent job cutting to open space against a very talented Syracuse team. And Caroline Godin, what a star. 6 goals in the semifinal game, 1 assist to her name. She handles the ball with confidence, excellent finish ability, got great patience. They are a freshman, but they're playing like a real experienced leaders out there.
Yeah, freshmen on paper only. If you look what Caroline Godin and Marissa White have done in this ACC tournament, they have been so good. And today, Dana, they're going against a Boston College defense that was outstanding in that semifinal.
They played lights out, Jay. There's defense, and then there's the defense that we experienced on Friday when Boston College held Notre Dame to 4 goals. 4 goals, yes, you heard it right. They went back to the fundamentals for Boston College. Acacia Walker said it's the best defensive performance that she has seen from her team to date. Credits Jen Kent, who's the defensive coordinator, Sydney Scales, Melanie Welts, and Shea Dolce, who is a true freshman playing in her first ACC championship, had 11 saves. Defenders are often referred to, as we know, unsung heroes of any team, and what better example to look to for inspiration than the story of Wells Crowther, who lost his life during the terrorist attacks of 9/11. Wells became the man in the red bandana for the handkerchief that he wore while playing lacrosse and as a protective mask while rescuing people from the South Tower in which he lost his own life. Boston College lacrosse and the Boston College community continues to remember Wells for the selfless and heroic person that he was by selecting a member of the current women's lacrosse team to wear the number 19 for a game. The number Wells wore as a member of the men's lacrosse team at Boston College. I spoke with the last 3 bandana jersey recipients, and they shared what it was and an honor to wear that number 19 jersey, Jay, and greatest accomplishment to date. No accolade could top what it means to honor the legacy of Wells.
No doubt about that, Dana. You see it all over that red bandana for Boston College each and every game, the front of their mind. The Eagles win the opening draw here. Boston College comes in on a 9-game winning streak. They are peaking at the right time, playing their best lacrosse when it matters most. How have they done it, Sheehan?
You know, really just coming together as a team unit, and a big factor has been Shea Dolce, the freshman in cage. She has had an amazing game, 11 saves in that ACC semifinal.
Now, we showed you in the lead up to first draw what a great matchup this has been in recent years. Big games, big performances. The only time that really hasn't been the case was the regular season meeting earlier this year on March 3rd. North Carolina dominated BC 16-5 in the rematch of last year's national championship game. That has to be on the Eagles' mind a little bit.
I'm sure it is. I mean, that was one of their worst performances of the season. They just didn't look like themselves that day. Came down to Chapel Hill, the Tar Heels dominated, but BC has only improved since then.
Courtney Weeks trying to feed it inside. It was a little in front of Jen Medjid, and Emily Knowles there to scoop up the ground ball. How good has Emily Knowles been as the anchor of that Carolina defense over the last 4 seasons?
One of the most experienced players for the Tar Heels, and she leads that defensive unit. Excellent at winning those ground balls, the cause turnovers, and she's really good in transition. You need that player that has confident stick skills that can take you from defense to offense.
Well, you see how versatile she is. She was a pure point scorer in high school, so she's comfortable carrying the ball in transition. Really adds another layer to stopping the Carolina team.
Now let's see how Boston College chooses to defend North Carolina. They went with a face guard that worked so well against Notre Dame, and it looks like they're starting out with that same tactic today.
We anticipated that. Godine, number 36 in blue, led the Tar Heels in scoring, and looks like the BC is going to try to take her out with Shea Baker, number 14, face guarding her, trying to deny her the ball. So it'll be interesting how UNC tries to attack this. Jenny Levy says that they've been really comfortable with attacking the face guard as a team before. Now Godine, just a freshman, we'll see how she handles it, whether the team tries to get her involved or if they remove her and create space.
Here's Alyssa Long from straight away on the 8-meter. Acacia Walker, Boston College head coach, saying early saves will be key for the freshman Shea Dolce. Can't get that one. Alyssa Long opens the scoring for North Carolina.
The 8 meters are a huge aspect of the women's game. Long does a really nice job here. I think that Boston College was expecting her to just go forward. She got an excellent angle. Instead, a quick little change of direction completely makes the defense just really discombobulated. She gets her hands free, gets her 15th goal this season.
And a face guard won't help you on a free position.
Well, the best attack against a face guard is honestly have other people score, because then you need to release out of that. I do think it's very important, though, when you have a key player that is being face guarded, that you get them still involved with the ball. You don't want it to occupy your entire game plan, but you still want that player involved and try to work with them, whether it's having them set picks or actually trying to actively set picks for them to actively get them possession of the ball. Godine is great with handling the pressure. Olivia Dirks in blue taking the draws. In the earlier meeting, Sophie Student for the Tar Heels had been taking the draws, and she was a huge factor in that game. She's out for the season with an injury. So these teams look different in this ACC championship matchup than they did in the regular season.
Carolina head coach Jenny Levy told us that. March 3rd was a long time ago. The personnel has completely changed for both teams. Kayla Martello attacking from up top. And here's McKenna Davis, the crafty sophomore. Dangerous lefty. Spins her way in, goes righty. Got a really good look at Cage, missed it.
Watch the footwork of Carolina's defense. They're doing a nice job keeping BC out to the perimeter, not allowing them to attack too close in.
Davis 3 in gold, and Courtney Weeks 6 in gold will do a lot of the quarterbacking for Boston College. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Boston College has to hurry here. In front, off the pipe. Nicholas might have got a piece of it, so it'll reset the shot clock. Boston College reloads.
Boston College has had a lot of opportunities getting some shots off, just have not been able to connect.
3 shots on this possession. Still looking for a breakthrough. BC's leading scorer, Jen Medjid, she'll play all over the field, but usually around that crease.
Look how far the Tar Heels are coming out defensively, trying to put pressure on the ball carriers and the adjacent people to the ball.
A long possession comes up empty, and it's Emily Knowles again.
Really impressive defensive effort for the Tar Heels. Forcing BC out of a rhythm, very similar to what happened in the semifinal game. Syracuse came in as one of the hottest teams in the nation, putting up huge numbers, and were able to limit that Syracuse team to just 9 goals.
And you see that face guard taking place behind the cage. 14 in gold on 36 in Tar Heel blue. Caroline Godin, the freshman breakout star in this ACC tournament, 6 goals in the semifinal against Syracuse. Yet to touch the ball so far today. Trying to dig it out, Sophia Taglick. That's a caused turnover.
What a play. I mean, we're seeing the defense. This is the kind of the story that we saw in the semifinal games. The defense is standing tall. Taglick for BC with a great check and takeaway.
Taglick, one of those 3 red bandana players that Dana spoke about before first draw. Eagles will need an inspired performance out of this defense today. Medjid all over Brooklyn Walker-Welsh. She lost the ball and committed the foul. Both defenses really dialed in early to start this ACC championship.
They're locked in their matchups. They're making the offenses uncomfortable, coming up with takeaways. So what both these offenses really need to do is they need better spacing right now. So just create space, make it easy. Start the dodge from up top, give yourself room, players cut through. And protect your stick. These defenses, they're locked in, they're playing good footwork, they're going for the stick check. Protect your stick with your body.
Here's Kaylee Harden, the 2-way midfielder freshman. 3 caused turnovers in that semifinal. She could score it as well. 17 in blue, someone to keep an eye on. It's been the freshman leading the way for North Carolina this week in Charlotte.
Good call there by the officials. You saw the extension of the arms into the body.
Face guard still happening between Shea Baker and Caroline Godin. Not a great angle here for Nicole Humphrey, so passes out of it.
That was a risky pass. I want to make sure you have that outside hand up. Give yourself separation from the defender. Caitlin Wurzberger also being tightly guarded by Melanie Welsh behind the cage.
Humphrey had a step, couldn't get the hands free. Shot clock ticks under 10.
That's great defense, forcing lower angle shots to the outside.
2 seconds on the shot clock and dumped into the corner. Defense is the story early on in this ACC championship game.
BC, 3 possessions, 3 turnovers. And talking to both coaches, I mean, they talked about how important it is to have a great defensive effort.
And sometimes, Sheehan, it's just going back to the fundamentals. Don't do anything crazy on the defensive end. Footwork, 1v1 fundamentals help you play better team defense.
That's how you break it down. Cassidy Weeks. North Carolina had been so difficult to break down defensively. Finally, Cassidy Weeks strikes to tie it at 1.
Beautiful cut for Weeks. Excellent spacing created by the rest of her teammates. The senior gets her 28th goal this season after having a couple of turnovers. This was a key possession for Boston College to come down and score. McKenna Davis hits Cassidy Weeks on the run, and it's all tied up at 1.
Well, Boston College and North Carolina meeting again in a big situation. ACC tournament title on the line. Last 5 meetings, 4 of them have belonged to North Carolina. The last 4, the last Boston College win against the Tar Heels. That awesome semifinal game in 2021, 11-10. But Jenny Levy's team, they've made the proper adjustments since that loss, and they have really dominated this rivalry over the course of the last 4 meetings.
I mean, it's been remarkable, and we've been treated to some epic games, notably those 2 national championship games.
Well, the weather is beautiful down here, guys, in case you haven't been able to see. The rain is coming down a little bit, and we saw on Wednesday it does get a little bit slippery. We saw some players slipping and sliding, so they'll need to be careful about some of those quick little passes in the 8-meter. The ball's going to be really wet.
And so are you, Dana. The rain is driving down now.
Yeah, when we started this game, it wasn't raining, but now it's coming down.
It's all right, I'm prepared for it all. I got umbrella, rain boots, ready for it all.
Now, in those 5 meetings we were talking about, I remember the weather being excellent for all of them. So rain could become a factor here at the ACC championship.
Especially with slippage, too, and we've seen that throughout the games. They are on field turf, so don't have to deal with grass and muddy conditions. Boston College really doing a nice job of forcing the offensive players to the outside. Not allowing them to get to the center of the field, which decreases the angle. So really giving Dolce good looks of the shots she wants to take, forcing the lower angles.
Long has both the North Carolina goals today. Alyssa Long shot out of a cannon to start this ACC championship.
Excellent move for Alyssa Long. Second goal of the day, so a lot of the focus was on the freshman coming in this game offensively. Long splits to her right hand, and even though she's forced out to the side of the 8-meter, look at the separation she has between herself and the defender. Her hands are completely free. She can get that shot off, get a lot of power, and the placement is really nice. That far post.
For North Carolina.
And this rain is really starting to pick up. I imagine that would affect the goalie's ability to see the ball, too, with the rain just driving in.
It can. You better hope they're not wearing glasses or anything. Yeah. Luckily, but neither keeper wearing glasses. But I think, if anything, it really just, you just want to make sure that the weather doesn't get you. That just, everyone's in these conditions. You do want to make sure that your stick is just tightened properly.
What about the bounce, Sheehan? The way that the ball, if you do a bounce shot, could ricochet off the turf differently because it is wet.
Yeah, and that's something that the goalies, and they didn't get to warm up in that, so right. That's something that they would have to adjust to. And I love those low shots. I think that, you know, a lot of times the high shots, they look beautiful, and if you find the right spacing, but low shots can be very high percentage.
Caroline Godin breaks the face guard for the first time in this opening quarter.
Give her room around that crease area. Smart move not to force it.
And that was something in that last huddle, that last timeout, Marie McCool said, we want to get the ball low to Godin to break that face guard. So they executed it well.
An early 2-1 lead. Alyssa Long, the junior out of Springfield, Pennsylvania, has both goals. Make it 3-1. Olivia Dirks. This North Carolina midfield starting really strong. It's 3-1 Tar Heels.
UNC off to a strong start. The offense for UNC has not relied on one person this entire season. They've been doing it by committee. That has continued today. Dirks from the outside. This is basically exact replica of the Alyssa Long goal right before this. On the right-hand side, the strong side is free. There's no slide to come. She's able to get her defender on her backside. You've got to stay in front. As a defender, you have to make sure you don't get beat. Cut them off. Get your stick in front of them. Try to stop the trajectory of that shot.
2 goals in 53 seconds for Jenny Levy's team. And both of them after draw control wins. So you get possession and you immediately cash in on it. Boston College desperate for a draw control here. North Carolina gaining momentum, and the Tar Heels come up with another critical 50-50.
Big ground ball for Olivia Dirks to get possession. She was one of those key transfers last year for UNC. Started her career at Penn State, was the 2021 Big Ten Midfielder of the Year. Contributed a ton last year. This year she was injured at the beginning of this season. I think only played a play or two in the regular season matchup between these two teams. Now back to full strength. Look at the overload. Love how UNC's creating the spacing.
That's the same play again. right down the right alley, and it's way too easy for North Carolina. 4 shots, 4 goals.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. UNC has dominated, coming down the right alley, just attacking. No slides been able to come for Boston College. Nicole Humphrey coming on strong late this season. Look at the overload play on left-hand side. The right hand is completely free. Humphrey gets Belle Smith on her right side, on her left side. The slide does come, but her hands are free on the right. Humphrey with the score.
Her 26th of the season.
You would think that's the 3rd goal like that from that alley dodge on the right side. Yes, Sheehan, you mentioned it. They sent it a little bit late, but I think on the 2nd goal, you got to send that hedge super early to stop that dodge. She has a full head of steam.
You know, I think even just defensively, you have to realize that when you're getting beat there, what you need to do, your plan of attack has to be to get in front of them. So you really, instead of trying to force them out, which is what you want to do, force them out, but also get your body in front of them to really deter their movement. Shea Dolce without a save after coming off a very hot performance in the semifinal game.
And during the timeout, Dolce staying in goal, facing some shots, trying to get hot. Acacia Walker said early saves would be the key. Dolce has faced 4 shots. They've all found the back of the net.
She took over the starting job during the Clemson game and hasn't relinquished it yet. The backup keeper is Rachel Hall, who's won this Boston College and national championship. A very capable backup. Wonder if that they will change up a goalie, perhaps. See Holly Schleicher, a veteran leader, talking to Shea Dolce before she goes back into the cage.
Well, she's already allowed as many goals as she allowed the entire semifinal against Notre Dame. Made 11 saves in that performance. 4 goals in the opening 11 minutes of this ACC championship.
Which really, I mean, that's surprising just how easily that UNC has scored. But what's also surprising is this hot Boston College offense just held to 1 goal so far. Acacia Walker for Boston College, the head coach, telling us that the semifinal game against Notre Dame was probably their best defensive game that she's ever played or ever coached. But she thought they offensively were average, so they're going to need to make some adjustments.
4 straight draw controls for North Carolina. The Tar Heels have all the momentum right now. Here's Godine. Dolce got a piece of it, her first save. And it's Boston College ball. That is a big save for the freshman Shea Dolce to deny Godine.
Huge stop. I'm sure she watched Godine on repeat, rolling the crease. Big save to get and maintain possession. And what Godine needs to do, when she comes around the crease, her stick is high, her head is high. Got to change the levels there. Take that extra second, and the 1 more step, and place that around Dolce.
Now, it's been 4 minutes since Boston College had the ball. Let's see if they can convert. You have to be extremely efficient when you're not winning the draw, Shan.
Cannot result in a turnover. They need to get a good shot on cage.
Easier said than done against this North Carolina defense right now. Shot clock, 25 seconds on it. Here's McKenna Davis, the lefty, fires it past Nicholas. McKenna Davis. Showing why she's an ACC first-teamer.
23rd goal of this season, leads the team in assists with 52, so she can be a threat. But this all started on the defensive end. Godine goes high to high. Dolce gets her first save of the day. And a great offensive possession here. McKenna Davis just lets it rip. Opposite post, top corner. She's so shifty. Her head is always up. She's looking to feed that ball. Instead, she realizes she's got room to score. And what placement to get it past Nicholas.
Carolina 4, Boston College
think what you can really tell on those replays, Sheehan, is just how hard it is raining here in Charlotte.
It is coming down. Hopefully the lightning and thunder stays away. After every goal, you will see the goal scorer drop their sticks. The officials then go get that stick of the goal scorer and do a pocket depth check. So they need to make sure that the pockets are legal. It's a different stick than the men's game, much less of a pocket. We see it. It's going to be Boston College. This is huge. They get possession of the draw. Early movement for UNC. Emily Knowles gets a stick on that, but that'll still be in Boston College possession.
Here's a free position.
That's going to be a shooting space violation. Olivia Dirks, she'll go 4 meters behind. The offending player goes 4 meters behind. She was caught in shooting space. It looked from our angle like she was within a stick's length, but if you're not within a stick's length and you're in the path of the shooter and they're looking to shoot, you get whistled. It's a safety call and put on the 8 meter.
And it's Belle Smith, charges in. Way too much on that. It's a turnover. Didn't get it cleanly. You rarely see an error like that from Belle Smith. Now a junior ACC first teamer. She's basically been in the starting lineup for Boston College since she stepped foot on campus freshman year, was part of that 2021 national championship team that beat this North Carolina team in the semifinal. Feels like that was a missed opportunity for the Eagles. Let's see if North Carolina can punish them.
Good adjustment defensively. You saw the slide coming and double team much earlier.
Long goes left off the top bar. It'll stay North Carolina's way. Wurzberger on the quick reset. Shot clock is off now. Sconone trying to get the left hands free. She does. Missed it. Godine there to back it up. Been face guarded for most of this opening quarter. Now has it. Trying to spin her way free. So good around the cage, curling around, double team.
Wurzberger's got to get out of her way. She just led her player into double teamer.
Great pass. Bounce finish. Melissa Sconone off a terrific feed from Godine. And the Tar Heels make it 5-2 with under 12 seconds left of the first quarter.
Sconone waiting for that stick check. It's good. The goal stands. She gets the 9th goal of the season. Beautiful placements for Sconone. So here's Caroline Godine going to work. She draws a lot of pressure here. Double teams in pursuit. She maintains composure. Gets her hands free. She's running out of the trouble. Finds Sconone wide open. Nice quick stick finish. What vision. Perfect pass through the traffic. And Sconone so smart just to take that as a quick stick. Just lets it gently fall into her stick, follows through with it. If she had done a quick cradle, she would have been tightly guarded and likely forced out.
And it amazes me. She almost exclusively scores from that quadrant, and they still can't stop her. She has such a mean shot.
It's got a lot of speed and heat. On that one, she didn't need a ton of speed, though, to get it past Dolce.
I like how she switches it up. It sometimes is finesse, and it's sometimes power and speed.
Here's Harden, wins the draw to herself. 5 seconds, can North Carolina add another? Fed inside, and the clock expires. Opening 15 minutes belongs to North Carolina. A 5-2 lead after the first.
ACC Women's Lacrosse Championship is presented by Ally. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
the top-seeded Tar Heels atop the ACC once again. A dynasty continues in Chapel Hill. It's 5 in a row. North Carolina is a runaway train. Make it 6 in a row for Jenny Levy in North Carolina. ACC champions again. Now, there's no doubt about it. Carolina and Jenny Levy, the queens of the ACC, a dynasty looking to make it 7 straight ACC championships today in the Queen City. Last year, beating Boston College in this game. What makes Jenny Levy's program so dominant when it comes to this tournament?
I think she just has them peaking at the right time. I mean, they started off the season ranked #1 based off of winning the national championship last year. However, they graduated a ton of talent. They suffered the loss against Notre Dame on the home turf, and I think that was really hard. Oh, sorry, Notre Dame, really hard for them. Syracuse lost as well, and they've had to grow through this. And these freshmen, they've come to play, but I think each year she gets her team ready, and just there's a lot to be said for confidence.
And they're off to a strong start again today in the championship game. A 5-2 opening quarter. It's really a simple game. They dominated possession, and when you have the ball, that can be your best defense. And they've gotten great opportunities and finished.
And not your typical scores, which I think is so helpful, the depth. And that's one of the things that we've been talking about with North Carolina for the last few years. They have so much depth. Players on the bench could be starting at many teams across the nation. Most teams are worried about this player, number 7 with the ball, Riley Casey, Caitlin Wurzberger, Caroline Godin.
Off the pipe. And now Sydney Scales will launch the clear for Boston College. Yeah, great point, Sheehan. Wurzberger, Casey, Godin, Marissa White. Those are the 4 that lead Carolina in scoring yet. It's been Olivia Dirks, Alyssa Long, Melissa Sconone, Nicole Humphrey that have been doing the scoring today.
And that's the difference. I mean, your game plan, you're putting your best defenders on those top 3, top 4 players, and you need everyone else to step up. And they truly, I mean, the best offenses have 7 real threats, 7 players that can score.
McKenna Davis has a goal. Couldn't get that one by Nicholas. Battle for the ball won by Boston College.
Jem Medja, the leading scorer for Boston College, without a shot. Need to get her involved. She can score multiple different ways. She can catch basically anything in the inside, but also is a great dodger.
Coming out of that BC huddle, they talked about essentially making the offense a little bit more dynamic. She wants to see those dramatic cut-throughs to allow for downhill dodging, especially what UNC was doing. They want to replicate that on their offensive end. No more lateral movement from point to point on the elbows, dramatic cut-throughs for long 1v1s.
Davis looking for a cutter, tried to find Weeks. Get a free position coming for Courtney Weeks.
Lucky break for Boston College. Definitely was a foul, the extension of the arms into the body. But that's going to be a tough catch to be able to shoot off of. So I agree with you, Dana. I think they should be looking for more dodges, get those shots off easier. Some of those connecting passes on the inside are hard to score off of.
Weeks passes out of it. Kayla Martello curls around the crease and scores. A little trickery on the 8-meter, and Boston College makes it 5-3.
Get on the 8-meter, you make the defense pay. Beautiful pass there, and that's something that's orchestrated between a team. You have a special code word, a look that Martello knows that she's going to receive that ball and understands where she needs to cut. You need to make sure you look like a threat, and as you have the ball in your stick as the shooter, but then you dish that ball out. Martello executes that perfectly. 49th goal this season.
Kayla Kayla Martello has been outstanding for this Boston College team. It's been so fun to watch her growth. I remember as a freshman, she was just the cut-through girl. So she was that part of the offense that she was cutting through so other players could score. And now she's really asserted herself, not just at the top as a 1v1 dodger, but also around the crease.
Really fun to watch, a big part of the offense. And I loved how Acacia Walker telling us that she'll do whatever you need her to do. If you say it's your job to cut through, she'll do that. If it's your job to initiate the dodge, she's willing to do anything to help the team.
Now, North Carolina has been dominating in the draw control circle, up 7-3 with possession at a premium. You have to think Boston College, trailing by 2, needs to get better circle play in this championship game.
A huge area, and if they're not going to be able to win in the draw circle, they're going to have to come up with turnovers or goalie saves.
Sconone stings the corner. Went to the left hand where she is so lethal. Sconone's second of the afternoon. Fires North Carolina up 6-3.
You can see how pumped up Sconone is with that score. Great answer for North Carolina. Sconone's behind the cage. And watch this dodge. She just feels, when you feel you got the pressure from the defensive player on your hip, on your top side, that's when you want to curl underneath. Little question mark dodge, top corner placement, and she's able to shield her stick with her body. So watch the place of the stick. Not able to see that if you're a goaltender. Don't know when they're going to release that. Back-to-back goals.
And you're going against one of the best defenders, not just in the ACC, but the country, in Melanie Welsh.
And Melanie Welsh is doing her job. I mean, she's forcing to the outside. You got to give credit to Sconone with the perfect placement of that shot.
That was inch perfect from Melissa Sconone. Her second goal. How about that? Sconone and Alyssa Long, 2 goals each for North Carolina. Not your usual characters showing up in this ACC championship. Boston College looking for a boost. They are on the back foot certainly here in the second quarter.
Really think that Jen Medgett needs to be involved for Boston College.
Gets it here, right on cue. You'd like to see her dodge there, right?
I want to see her dodge. I want to see her try to at least try to attack the cage, try to come up with an 8-meter, get a foul.
Dangerous pass, but it pays off. What vision! An immediate answer for Boston College. Courtney Weeks comes through.
You've been hearing the Weeks name a lot. There's 2 sisters on this team. Cassidy and then her sister Courtney, who's able to get the score, pulls within 2. Courtney's been playing more of an attacking role this season. Just beautiful cut right around the crease. McKenna Davis, the lefty with such excellent vision. The patience of number 6, Courtney Weeks. She takes that extra second to throw in a fake. She keeps her body moving.
The Boston College team missed her last year. She was out with an ACL, and she's playing with a lot more inspiration second time around, coming back from an injury. It's really fun to watch her on the field. She's always got a big smile on her face.
She is a welcome back addition. Acacia Walker and her staff just giving so much praise to both Courtney and Cassidy Weeks as their most consistent. We're going to see
Boston College changing the draw taker. Abby Herod, the freshman, into the game. They've been struggling in the circle.
And that's a great adjustment. Sometimes you just need different personnel in there, different stick, although
same result.
Same result. Emily Knowles is able to come up with that ground ball. And that's an area that when we've talked to Keisha Walker with the graduation of Charlotte North, everyone knows that the goal scoring that Charlotte was able to provide for this team, it was a huge loss in graduation to lose her. But one of the areas that Charlotte was so dominant was the draw.
Yeah.
And without her, that was a bigger, almost a bigger hole for Boston College to fill. And at times they've been great with the draw, but it's an area where in big-time games, possession is everything.
Well, it's certainly in that lopsided regular season meeting where North Carolina beat BC 16-5. It all started at the draw control circle. Here's Olivia Dirks going lefty. Squeezes it by Dolce. Olivia Dirks, her second goal of this championship game.
Love the initiation from Olivia Dirks. This time she's able to work her way right down the center of the field. The precision of her shooting. She's got time and room to work the dodges. The left-handed shot, she just paints the pipe. Look at the placement. Excellent job. And that's stick side, but just is such a sliver of room. She's able to slip that by.
It's Sydney Scales is all over her, she's matching her foot speed, but it's that release, like you mentioned, that she's able to get it off before Sydney Scales can get a stick on it.
UNC 7 of 11 with their shooting.
Unassisted, North Carolina 7, Boston College 4.
Oh, somebody moved early, and it's going to be UNC, so Boston College ball. Got to wait for that official whistle on the draw.
Think about this for a second. North Carolina has already scored 7 goals. Boston College only allowed 4 all game in that semifinal against Notre Dame.
And that was, I mean, that was shocking. That Notre Dame, 1 goal every quarter. Limited to 1 goal every quarter was just a phenomenal defensive effort by Boston College. And the face guard in the Notre Dame game, that was the key to their success. Really limited Jackie Wolak.
Why haven't they been able to replicate that today?
Because of the other role players for UNC. You're seeing who's scoring. It is not the players that are leading the stat sheet for UNC. Caitlin Wurzberger doesn't have a point. Riley Casey, Caroline Godin. It's the other players that are stepping up big. Olivia Dirks, Sconone, Humphrey. So they're operating with it. We were trying the face guard on Godin. Didn't matter. Other people could step up for UNC.
And Shea Dolce, the freshman goalie for Boston College, who had 11 saves in that semifinal, only 1 save today.
Oh, we're going to see a hard foul, push off ball. And Jen Medjid's going to be the recipient of the 8-meter. Brooklyn Walker-Welsh will go 4 meters behind.
Now, Medjid is yet to attempt a shot. Boston College's leading scorer on the season. Could this be the opportunity as she gets going?
Great angle. You're put on the hash mark, the little line, notch line where her foot is, closest to where the foul occurred. This is a great angle.
Medjid draws 2 defenders. Did it go across the line? Yes, it did!
And the official saying so Medjid also went across the crease area. The official saying she was pushed inside on that 8-meter.
So we're going to have a review on this. But the call on the field is a Jen Medjid goal. Take another look.
She goes in and holds on to it for a long time. And you can see the UNC players pointing to that crease area. That circle around the goal, it's called the crease or the goal circle. You're not allowed to enter with your feet or body. And it looks like her foot is in.
And she hits the goalie on the follow-through.
Now
it's the release point.
It's the release point, and watch here. Is she pushed? So it looks like a knee push. It looks like she's being, it's hard to tell. Very hard to tell. If she's pushed and falls into the goal circle as a result, then the goal should stand. So it looks like there's some contact.
Even though she hits Nicholas on the knee in the follow-through.
Well, if she's being pushed inside there, that's as a result of the push. Rarely do you see all this contact being made, and Nicholas is exploding out trying to make the save here. We've seen quite a few reviews this weekend during the tournament, and a lot of revolving the goal circle. It's an experimental rule this year, and they're allowed to review goals and whether the offensive player goes into the goal circle or not, by their own initiation or if they're pushed.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, we were doing North Carolina and Syracuse down at Chapel Hill. Megan Tyrell scored a similar goal, and what ended up happening was they backed Medjid out to just Tyrell to just redo the 8-meter. Could that happen here?
I never really understood that. There was some confusion after that rule because apparently what this experimental rule is, and we're all learning through this. The officials, you can see looking at DV Sport, they're looking at the replay. The rule is supposed to be ruling whether it's a goal or no goal, or if there's an adjustment of the clock that needs to be made. So that was unusual with that Syracuse game, that they called it a goal on the field, but then they gave her an 8-meter.
Seems to me like a foul should have been called even before Medjid was able to release it.
And they could, I don't remember exactly what happened on that play. They could have had a flag up or potentially calling, but because the goal went in, that foul would then go away. Let's take another look again.
I mean, she's obviously shoved in.
And just the contact, and you can't determine if that contact necessarily pushed her to go inside or not, but there's definitely contact being made, so usually the advantage goes to the offensive player.
I'm really curious what the officials are going to say here. Let's listen in.
Okay, she was fouled in play, no goal, released inside, so we're setting it up on the 8. 8-meter, 8-meter.
I don't want to say I told you so, but
but you told me so.
I mean, a blind squirrel has found a nut here in the booth.
Well, and that's similar to the Syracuse play. So it is, we're all learning as we go through these experimental rules.
So we'll have a retake, which I actually think is the right call.
I think if they foul you on the scoring play, then it should count. I don't think it should be set up like this. You're forced to go in.
But the foul should have been called before she released it.
It is, but it wasn't, and you're not supposed to be able to review the foul. You're only supposed to be able to review the goal score. But we've seen this. Good news is for Medjid, if you're the person that is getting fouled, you get a second chance. So it's called no goal. She's now back on a better hash mark. She's on the center hash mark. She's a right-handed player. She can score with both hands. What you really want to do here is create separation for the player next to you. Officials conversing. So what she'll want to do is try to air a little bit to her left-hand side, which gives her stick side, a little bit more room. Whatever side she wants to shoot with, you want to just not go in a straight line, but just veer a little bit off.
And now we're ready to go. Medjid one-on-one with Nicholas. She got collapsed on the previous free position. Charges in, missed it. Unable to cash in. Boston College has the backup.
I liked her quicker release point. When you're going to go into cage and get collapsed on, it's better to release that shot instead of fighting through the traffic.
Medjid again, trying to spin her hands free.
Too crowded inside, but we're going to see a 3 seconds violation. And that's exactly what this foul is supposed to be called for, to prevent crowding in the 8-meter. It's when the off-ball player is not guarding a player within a stick's length. So you've got to be marked up, or if you're not guarding anybody, you've got to retreat out of that 8-meter, and then you can go back in.
Could the third time be the charm for Medjid on this possession? Couldn't release it again.
She's getting fouled all over the place. This is going to be a yellow card, I believe. Check across the body. So this is a big opportunity. Number 17 in blue, Kaylee Harden, is going to be sidelined for up to 2 minutes. And this is a safety call. Any check towards the head, body, a rough check into the body. So now Medjid, the best scorer on this Boston College team. You got a center hash mark, I say she goes to goal. Often teams, though, will try to work this penalty. I don't think you're going to get a much better opportunity for Jen Medjid. We'll see what the call being called into is, but I think she should take it.
North Carolina 17, Harden.
Passes out of it. I agree with you, Sheehan. You have your leading goal scorer from straight away. This has been a long Boston College possession. Now the Eagles are player up. It's been longer than 2 minutes. Here's Medjid.
Great quick ball movement.
Ducks inside, bounces out, and Emily Knowles scoops it up.
We're going to do a replay. I think they want to see if that ball actually went inside the cage. Looks like it's official call.
So back over to the replay monitor for our second review in about a minute in this second quarter.
Each coach gets 2 video requests per game, but the officials also can get a request. So take a look here. Does the ball cross the goal line? Look. Let's see. I'm losing the ball behind Nicholas.
Bottom right.
It looks like it should be a goal behind. It's got to cross now completely over that goal line.
Bottom right.
That looks like it, how does it bounce back out?
Does it hit the top bar and bounce out?
What a funky bounce, just going. So it's got to go completely out, completely over the line. Bottom right corner, it looks like it does. So maybe it's off the bottom pipe and then goes to the top and out.
Nicholas's left leg is blocking the definitive angle.
I think it might have hit that bottom post.
That's it, it's over the line.
Yeah, that's a great angle.
Great job by our production crew to reveal that angle. That should be a Boston College goal.
And from what I understand, though, sometimes what we are seeing, it may not be what the officials are seeing, and they can call up different angles that they want to see. Hopefully they get that look. So the pipe, the goals here, it's circular, cylinder in nature for the crossbar and the 2 side pipes. At the bottom, it's flat to the ground. So I think it hit a weird bounce off the flat portion, then up to the top crossbar and then outside the goal. But behind Nicholas's leg, it appeared from the angle that we saw that it crossed over the goal line, so that should be a goal. Dana Boyle giving some great news that Acacia Walker-Weinstein, that Boston College head coach, used one of her video requests for that. So that was at the request of Boston College, and it looks to be a great request. That looks like it went in. So they had 1 goal taken away with review with the Medjid goal. Instead gave her an 8-meter that they weren't able to convert on.
I mean, it feels like Boston College has had the ball here for 10 minutes, not of clock time, of just actual time. So if you come up empty here, it would be brutal. I mean, we've had 2 reviews at 71 seconds of game time.
She's making that square box. She wants a review. That's a signal that you see the officials make and the coaches when they want to get a review.
So she must have saw this live.
And oftentimes you'll look to the person scoring, because right there, you know that if you're scoring that ball, Courtney Weeks knows whether that went over the goal line or not.
So this should be a goal.
Okay, call on the field stands, no goal.
Hold on. Now, Sheehan said it, the officials may not be getting the same reviews that we are, but we saw a definitive angle with the ball over the line.
From what we were seeing. And again, they may not be looking at the exact footage. They have the ability to freeze it where they want, ask for different replays. So call on the field is no goal. 2 Boston College goals taken back. This one was not ruled a goal, though, on the field.
That's a big break for North Carolina, because now the Tar Heels have the ball and can kill this player up with a 3-goal lead. And we say it every game. It's a game of inches. Well, that one, a championship that could be decided by an inch.
Still think Jem Edges should have taken the 8-meter right off the play. It is, when you are a player up, it's a huge advantage, but it's hard to score. Hard to score off the 8-meter as well with players crashing in, but I think you've got your leading goal scorer. You want her to take that shot.
Will be about 10 seconds at even strength after Carolina kills the player up. Neither team with a turnover this quarter. So back to even strength. Carolina has 8 seconds. Frigora tangled up. She lost her stick. Boston College with an opportunity in transition.
Holly Schleicher, excellent takeaway. Really nice defensive effort. Holly Schleicher, really an amazing national tournament for her last year. It's been injured a bit in and out of the lineup this season. When that ball hits the turf and Holly Schleicher's around the ball, she usually comes up with it.
Here's Belle Smith. Finds Davis. Give and go here. Back up top to Courtney Weeks, who had one of those disallowed goals. Shot clock at 20. Davis working against Knowles. No room to operate. Brooklyn Walker-Welch defending without a stick. The shot hit the pipe, and North Carolina gets another break.
And you're technically not allowed to play defense without a stick. So that was a lucky call. That
well, she D'd up like a basketball player.
Yeah, I loved it, but not allowed in women's lacrosse.
I mean, Boston College, they just cannot buy a goal out there. Just struggling with the shooting, connecting. The officials must have missed the no stick. That would have been a green card.
Left side of your screen, Brooklyn Walker-Welch loses the stick, arms up, and then, like a basketball player. So you're saying that should have been a green card?
I think so, without the equipment. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
We've seen a lot in this second quarter that we've never seen before. 2 reviews, a lost stick on the defensive end.
If you don't play with your goggles, if you lose that equipment, which we've seen before, that would be a violation of the equipment rule and would be a green card. And we're going to see a goal circle foul on Caroline Godin.
Wow.
As the offensive player. Your foot cannot touch that crease, that goal circle area. So another turnover.
For a second there, Godin had Sydney Scales, who's an all-ACC first-team player, on roller skates.
Yeah, she was tangled up behind there. It looked like she was going to be able to get a step.
3 minutes left to this first half. A second quarter that has had it all. All in the pouring rain. An ACC championship title on the line. You've seen more lacrosse than anybody, Sheehan. Have you ever seen a second quarter like this one?
No, I mean, this whole tournament actually has been not the way that I would have thought that it would go scripted. You have a Syracuse team, dominant effort for UNC against them in that win where their offense really struggled, had a lot of shots, weren't able to connect. Notre Dame, who I thought was playing some of its best lacrosse of the season, held to 4 goals. And Boston College, I thought, coming off, some dominant wins, I thought they've looked extremely strong the second half of this season, struggling. But what Boston College has done this year that's impressed me the most is their comeback wins. Huge comeback win against Notre Dame, scoring 5 goals in a row to win that game. Monster comeback against Syracuse just a couple weeks ago to win that by 1-goal game. So they don't panic. They have the belief.
Boston College, 2 disallowed goals in this quarter. Just committed a turnover. That was the first turnover in more than 20 minutes after they started this game on their opening 3 possessions with 3 turnovers. So they've been playing a lot cleaner, but still trailing by 3. Now the rain becoming a factor. And now Boston College with numbers. Here come the Eagles. Cassidy Weeks streaking. And now Medjid decides to pull it out. I thought maybe they'd go to goal there.
And that's the hard thing offensively. When you are struggling scoring, you have to find that fine line of when you need to push the tempo and when you need to slow it down. And you don't want to take too many risky chances because you want to make sure you have a good scoring opportunity. Boston College needs a goal and a high percentage one.
And their leading scorer, Jen Medjid, with it here, 0 for 2 today. Under a minute left in this first half. That was behind on the Medjid pass, and now North Carolina can run with Knowles. Plenty of time here.
Great transition. Again, Emily Knowles.
Dirks left alone, decides not to shoot. Clock continues to run, 15 seconds left. Jenny Levy wants a timeout. Jenny Levy, livid at something. We'll step aside. North Carolina with the ball. Headed into halftime.
I think UNC defensively, their game plan is working. The offense just really shining with the depth. Alyssa Long, 2 goals. Olivia Dirks with 2 goals. Super efficient with their shooting. 7 goals on 11 shots for North Carolina. While BC, 4 goals on 12 shots. That's really been the difference.
Boston College, 2 disallowed goals, so North Carolina, a 3-goal lead. Let's hear from their head coach, Jenny Levy, down with Dana.
Well, we got some smiles, so that's a good sign. What was the last call that you were yelling in there to the officials?
Okay, so let's be clear. It's an intentional foul outside the 12-meter to keep the clock running, whether it's game clock or shot clock, which is a rule that is legal, but it's something that 100% needs to be addressed in our rules, and the officials need to be aware that that's a tactic, and they need to stop the clock on it. So instead of 13 seconds on the clock, it probably should have been 19 or 20. Now, we didn't do very well off of it anyway, so. But let's be clear, people. We need to change some of the rules.
So offensively, what more do you want to see in the second half?
Just like we need to be more depth on our offense, more ball movement, a little bit more patience. I think we're just a little tight right now. We need to play a little bit smarter. I think we're leaving some opportunities on the board.
And defensively, you held them to 4 goals, which is pretty good. What did you like about the defensive effort out there?
Yeah, I think it's really good defensive effort. I think we gave them a couple easy things. I love that we stopped them man down. That's a great start for this defense. But they're very dynamic, and we have to keep playing and be patient and be disciplined.
Thanks for sharing about the rules.
Thanks.
Jenny Levy dropped the mic. She's been outspoken in recent weeks about rule changes. Even during a championship game, she's always focused on improving the game. We welcome you back to the 2023 ACC Women's Lacrosse Championship presented by Ally. A controversial second quarter as we start this second half. North Carolina, a 3-goal lead, trying to take down the top seed Boston College and make it 7 straight ACC championships for the Tar Heels. Let's go down to Dana Boyle, who's with Boston College head coach Kayla Walker.
Thanks, Jay. Coach, you challenged your team offensively to be better in that Notre Dame game. What do you need to see in the second half from them?
I just told them that our offense is working exactly the way that we want it to. Now the players need to make the plays. They need to trust themselves as playmakers, keep their head up, you know, put pressure on the inside of the 8-meter as well as on the outside, and they just need to be playmakers.
How do you tell your kids to sort of get over some of the calls that are being made, maybe not going in your favor?
Yeah, let me worry about it. That's all. Let me worry about it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Kayla Walker, all business ahead of this second half. Her team trailing by 3. And you said it, during this 9-game winning streak for Boston College down the stretch of this season, second half comebacks have been a major theme.
I mean, you cannot count them out of any game. They have the belief, and one of the things that sets this team apart is this Boston College team has been to the last 5 national championship games. You cannot teach that kind of experience. They know they can come back, a 5-goal comeback against Notre Dame in the regular season, and then a 7-goal comeback against Syracuse to take them down when they were ranked #1.
No doubt that Boston College comes into this second half with a lot of belief.
They've been getting the shots off. They just need to be able to connect on them. Shea Dolce just needs a resetting cage. 1 save, 7 goals against. She can turn things around. So just a few minor adjustments. 3 goals is nothing to a team with the power of this Boston College. And UNC just needs to keep their foot on the gas, keep attacking. The biggest asset for them has been the depth and multiple different goal scorers and excellent defensive turnovers.
Shea Dolce, only 1 save in that first half. Boston College's freshman goalie. She had 11 in the semifinal. Need her to get hot in this second half, too.
What a stick.
Hunter Roman to the rescue. She has started on this defense since her freshman year. The St. Anthony's product. And now Boston College could set up their offense.
Belle Smith and Jed Medjid both without a goal. They have been superstars this season.
Now throughout their careers as well, Boston College has leaned on those two. Reynolds fires and scores! Andrea Reynolds with an absolute flamethrower to start this third quarter.
An emphatic goal is what this Boston College team needs. Andrea Reynolds delivered. She has come on strong, gotten a lot more play time. It starts with Hunter Roman with the excellent interception. And Reynolds, look at her ability to create separation. She's dodging hard to cage. She stops and then pulls herself back, creates a separation, and lets it rip. Look at the wind-up. She's able to generate so much power by stepping back and really just using her whole shoulders, her torso area.
Boston College 5.
Kayla Walker credits a lot of Reynolds' ability and her success around the draw circle to her downhill racing skills. An ice hockey player.
Cassidy Weeks wins the draw. That's where Boston College lacked in that first half. BC remains on possession here. Make it, take it Lacrosse to start the third quarter. And North Carolina has attempted 0 shots in the last 12 minutes of play. Here's Martello on the run, perfectly placed. Kayla Martello. Boston College back-to-back goals, and just like that, the Eagles back within 1.
It's all about one play at a time. The Eagles have come out inspired. Little stutter step for Martello. Excellent job attacking the matchup. Little pick play for Andrea Reynolds. And look at the placement of the shot. Martello's moving one way to the right. She shoots back the other side to the left-hand side of the cage. 2 goals in 41 seconds. You just see the bench reaction there. They have come up fired up. They have come to this tournament to win. They know that UNC has had the dominance of winning the ACC crown. What a change. It felt like they couldn't buy a goal that first half for Boston College, working so hard. All of a sudden, you win a couple key possessions, a defensive takeaway, and you string that right into offense. It's been an empty stick check.
North Carolina ball. So North Carolina just settling things down 3 minutes into this third quarter. They've seen a 3-goal halftime lead go down to 1. And they have not attempted a shot since 9:49 in the second quarter. What's changed?
I think just a different inspired Eagles team. Better spacing on some of those shots, winning a couple key draw controls.
Kayla Harden, what an answer! The two-way midfielder beats Dolce. And North Carolina back up by 2.
Another one of the star freshmen for the Tar Heels. 14th goal this season. She's got speed, and look at her ability just to get her hands free, drops the stick.
Scored by number 17.
Love the sidearm shot, and she's able to change her level. So her stick release is down by her hip, but she's able to get power by releasing that to the corner.
What a difference a year makes. A year ago, Kayla Harden was facing Shea Dolce in the high school state championship in Connecticut. Now a year later, facing off in an ACC championship, both on the field, making big plays. Harden, another freshman that has come in and made an instant impact to this Carolina program.
And Jenny, to your point, Jay, said that the past months she's been playing her best lacrosse. What better time than the ACC championship?
Got to peak at the right time, and it seems like that Jenny Levy and her whole entire coaching staff has this team ready, skilled at the defensive unit, offense, in cage, the pieces working together. And she said, you know, when you have a young team, it takes a long time sometimes for things to get together.
North Carolina has scored on their last 3 shots. They've only attempted 12 shots on the game. 8 have gone in. Dolce only 1 save. Alyssa Long, 2 goals today. Passes off. Caroline Godin, face guarded for much of that first half.
They're going to call a foul off ball. I think it was on Sydney Scales entering into the crease. So Godin will go behind. Sydney Scales is ready to be the double team.
Here's Harden again, just scored a goal. Double team comes in. Shot clock at 8. Alyssa Long has to hurry. Over to Marissa White. 3 seconds on the shot clock to White. Great save, Dolce. Boy, did she need that, and now Boston College off and running with Cassidy Weeks. Reynolds went for it. Stays Boston College possession.
Got a UNC player down. Looks like contact was made by Reynolds after the shot. Let's take a look at this. Great job attacking the cage, just a collision off ball.
It's Olivia Lawton who popped back up for North Carolina, stays on the field, good to see.
We see an off-ball foul again. Looks like 3 seconds.
Boston College 0 for 2 on the 8-meter today. Not a great angle here. Passes out of it. Feeds back inside. Bouncer couldn't get past Nicholas.
That's the bouncer you need to fire away closer to the goal line. It was too high. We're going to see a hard foul and a yellow card now being issued to Boston College. This is going to be Boston College's first yellow card of the day. A number 12, Cassidy Weeks. So watch the extension of the arms here. Cassidy Weeks, a slash. And so that, even if that looked like it possibly made contact, but even if it doesn't make contact, if you do a slash dangerous check motion, you can be issued a yellow card. If your player, if an individual gets 2 yellow cards, you're out of the game. So Cassidy Weeks has to rein in her play. And now UNC is up player for up to 2 minutes. It's releasable on a UNC score.
Yellow card. And 2 minutes. Dangerous play.
Communication is key defensively when you're playing down a player. Got to be loud, got to direct traffic, where to go.
Yellow card.
You want to leave the player furthest away from the ball open if possible. And offensively, work the ball around with passing, constantly be moving. Off-ball people need to put them in a position to score.
Hunter Roman pressing out on Humphrey. Lost her stick. Regathers it. Here's Wurzberger. Decides to take it herself. Caitlin Wurzberger cashes in on the player up. It makes it 9-3, 9-6. North Carolina 3-goal lead.
What a play for number 15, Caitlin Wurzberger. She curls around the crease, and watch this fancy move here. A little dip and dunk. Her head is up. She just fakes Dolce out, gets the score high.
In the shadow of the Charlotte skyline here at the ACC Championship presented by Ally. She and Stanwick Birch, Jay Alter with you, Dana Boyle down on the sideline. It's a North Carolina team that took control of this game early, went up 4-1, Sheehan. Boston College, to their credit, has battled back, but the Tar Heels have remained comfortable.
I think just when Boston College has a little bit of momentum, UNC has been able to strike back. 6 saves for Nicholas for UNC. Really made it a frustrating day for the Boston College shooters. They did come out, seemed to make some adjustments, key adjustments offensively, but had a very hard time connecting in that first half. Belle Smith and Jen Medjid still both held without a point. The two leading point scorers, or two of the leading point scorers, Jen Medjid coming into this game with 90 points, Belle Smith with 70.
North Carolina has also dominated the draw this afternoon, 11-6 in that category. So Boston College, a critical draw here, trailing by 3. Dana, what did you hear in the Eagles huddle?
That was the first thing he led off with, Jay. Coach Acacia Walker, we need this draw. It is critical, and we cannot let North Carolina go up by 4. Big emphasis on that as well. And offensively, Sam Apuzzo, the OC for Boston College, she said, they're beating us to the 50-50 balls. We need to get our feet there just like they are.
Brooklyn Walker-Welsh got there first. Great hustle from Boston College, but just couldn't scoop up the critical ground ball. And now North Carolina doubling up BC in the draw control circle. What's funny, or at least I find funny about Acacia Walker saying we can't get down by 4s. They've come back from 4 against Notre Dame and Syracuse late in this season, so 4 really shouldn't scare this BC team.
No, they have proven that they have the belief and they don't get rattled, and that's a key thing in those comebacks against some of the top teams in the nation. They stayed calm, they stayed composed, and they just rattled off one play at a time.
Dolce's out of her cage. Now settles back in. Only 2 saves today for the freshman goalkeeper. Stolen away. That's a big-time effort from the Boston College defense.
Excellent ground ball for Hunter Roman. She had that interception earlier. So they don't win the draw control, but they come up with a turnover, and that's what you're going to have to do. Figure out ways to manufacture extra possessions. So if you're not winning at center circle, you either have to come up with takeaways, goalie saves. Now it's the offense's job. They got to get to work.
They scored the first 2 goals of this third quarter to cut the lead to 1. Had all the momentum, and North Carolina's battled back with 2 goals of their own. On the doorstep, Medjid usually money from there, and she missed it. That's Boston College's leading scorer from point-blank range and couldn't convert.
Couldn't convert. Still think they should be shooting low, especially when you're having a hard time connecting with the cage. Just get it low. And there's no backup behind the cage, so a heads-up play defensively for UNC on a shot. Whoever is closest to the ball when it goes out of bounds gets possession back, and UNC was able to run that out.
And that's a tough series of events for Boston College. They're playing so much defense. Your O needs to help you by scoring to let up a little bit. Defense is tough to do. They are athletic. They're coming out high on North Carolina. They really needed that score to give the D a break.
Marissa White's been quiet today. Leads Carolina in goals on the season, 21 in Tar Heel Blue.
A foul across the body.
Under 20 seconds on the shot clock, and a takeaway. Sydney Scales, first team All-ACC defender, showing why there. Shea Baker on the clear. Boston College, the defense again delivers. Now, can they convert on the offensive end? Medjid, miscommunication with Cassidy Weeks, tracked down by Belle Smith. BC's offense trying to find a rhythm here in the third quarter, trailing by 3. Hasselback with it. Medjid again doesn't shoot.
They're really forcing her to the outside.
Dumps down low, into the side netting, no goal. Courtney Weeks thought she scored it. Boston College has missed their last 4 shots since the Kayla Martello goal made it 7-6.
Shooting 33% on the day. Coming into this game, they're shooting 46%. Both these coaches want their program shooting above that 50% mark. BC defense really extending out, not allowing some of those outlet passes. They let Marissa White receive the ball up top.
North Carolina's really been working the clock as well. Shot clock under 15. Alyssa Long, 2 goals today. Called for a charge, offensive foul.
Wow, big call for the BC defense.
Weeks circles around and scores! Cassidy Weeks makes it a 2-goal game.
What an excellent play for Cassidy Weeks. She first gets the catch inside, and it was too much tight angle, tight room for her to get that shot off. So instead she curls around the crease. Belle Smith with the pass. And inside, not the right shot for her to take. Instead, she just works it around, and she throws in fake high, shoot low. Love the fake there. I didn't like that first initial shot that she thought she could have maybe had, and she didn't either. So she takes it around, looks for the better opportunity. Look at that pump fake high.
For Boston College.
You want to freeze the goalie just for a second. All you're looking is for them to hesitate for just 1 split second, and then you shoot around them. She doesn't slow down when she has the ball, whether she's running in transition or when she's on the offense, just runs through the catch, completely goes to go hard.
Now, Lakeisha Walker has 5 all-ACC first-team players on her Boston College team. And it feels like those are the 5 that are launching the comeback here. Sydney Scales the turnover. Cassidy Weeks on the other end. A big draw control win. Those have been few and far between for the Eagles, who are being outdrawn 12-7 in this game.
The freshman Abby Harrod just reaches up and is able to draw it to herself and control possession. They'll work to get everyone in position.
Here's Medjid. Still scoreless. Boston College's leading scorer, 35 in goal. Here's Reynolds. Under 20 on the shot clock. Under 30 in the third quarter clock. Courtney Weeks trying to spin her way free, and she does! The Weeks twins coming alive at the end of this third quarter.
Courtney Weeks taking charge. Credited to be one of the most consistent players on this BC team. Nice little roll dodge, shoots off the dodge. Look at this, the amount of space that she has. And the placement of the shot. Drops her stick low, non-stick side. Love how she shoots off that roll dodge.
Unassisted. 6 weeks for Boston College. That's her second of the game and 18th of the season. Unassisted. North Carolina 9. Boston College.
I really like the draw adjustment that you two mentioned up there in the booth with Abby Harrod. She's just a freshman for this Boston College squad. She'll be the Fogo, so she faces off. She gets off the field, doesn't participate in the offensive movement, but she's got really quick wrists, and it helps direct the ball.
And it's going to go Boston College way.
10 seconds here at the end of the third quarter. Oh. No, they're going to give it to North Carolina.
And the officials, I think, bringing it back. Oh, it is going to go UNC's way. I thought they were pointing the other direction, calling a hold on Boston College.
Now the clock continued to run. Boston College has made it a 1-goal game. Buckle up. The ACC championship headed to the fourth quarter in a one-goal game.
ACC Women's Lacrosse Championship is presented by Ally. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Time now for Watch This, presented by Ally.
The Weeks sisters have been putting on a scoring display. Boston College came in the second half needing scoring, and the Weeks have delivered. Cassidy and Courtney Weeks, 4 goals on 7 shots, combined for 4 of the 8 BC goals. 0 turnovers for Boston College in that third quarter as well, playing much better lacrosse in the second half.
It feels like Cassidy Weeks has an unlimited motor. She never gets tired, according to Keisha Walker. She loves a cost turnover as much as she loves scoring a goal. And her sister Courtney was on the bench last year with an ACL, and oftentimes Keisha Walker would turn to Courtney and say, "Should I take your sister out?" And she said, "Nope, keep her in. Never gets tired."
Now as we enter the final 15 minutes to decide an ACC championship, what drama, a one-goal game in a matchup that has become the rivalry in the sport in recent years, and it seemingly always delivers when there's a trophy on the line. Big draw control win for Kayla Harden to start this fourth quarter. North Carolina seeking what would be a 7th ACC championship in a row. Boston College, meanwhile, trying to come back in this game and win the program's first.
UNC has definitely set the standard for ACC play in terms of conference play.
At times during the regular season, this Carolina team looked very beatable. Lost to Notre Dame, Northwestern, Syracuse. But they have come into Charlotte with a point to prove, a 10-goal win against Clemson in the quarterfinal, then a dominant win over Syracuse in the semifinal. Trying to close it out here in the fourth. Risky pass, Hunter Roman got a tip. That's a caused turnover. Roman has really come alive in this second half.
Great play. BC also releasing the face guard off Caroline Godin, so playing a little bit defensively, mixing things up.
The Eagles with an opportunity to tie it at 9. This game has not been tied since it was 1-1 very early. North Carolina has looked in command for much of this game, but Boston College battling back. And now they've tied it at 9. Kayla Martello delivers.
What a score for Boston College. Down 7-4 at the half. They've exploded coming in the second half. Hunter Roman with the tip. And Kayla Martello just explodes downfield, and she's able to connect with the score. Beautiful pass inside. Like the place in this shot. Watch McKenna Davis. Gets a feed inside, and Martello, high to low. She catches that ball up high, and then she shoots it low. We've seen Boston College get a lot of those feeds inside, and then they often shoot high. We saw them not be able to connect on a lot of their shots. Like the placement, and finish for Martello.
Martello, her third of the game, 52nd.
3 goals for Martello.
He assists the 3.
She leads Boston College in scoring today.
North Carolina 9, Boston College 9.
But that's the type of plays right now that UNC is dominating the draw controls. 14 to Boston College 7, but some of the key caused turnovers that the defense has been able to make have been the difference.
Another draw win for Boston College. That's been a big reason why the Eagles have come back to tie it. Better production in the draw control circle. What else did you expect? when it's North Carolina and Boston College and a trophy on the line. These two teams have met for some classics over the years. And now Belle Smith has fired the Eagles in front. Boston College leading for the first time today.
BC has come in hot in this fourth quarter. Belle Smith, she's going to cap it off. I love the ball movement that Boston College is distributing. They're scoring from different areas, and they're moving their feet. And they're moving the ball, and they're playing as a total team effort. I love that. Kayla Martello downhill dodge, and then Belle Smith off the draw. She's getting it done. Don't you count Boston College out. We got a championship trophy on the line.
Now, during Boston College's 9-game winning streak during the stretch of the season, comebacks a major theme, no bigger than on the road against undefeated Syracuse. They were down 6 goals in that second half and ended up winning the game. And you know they're using that as fuel in this comeback.
I mean, that was an awesome comeback. It looked like Syracuse had this game locked away. Boston College, never doubted, came back for the victory.
And I love this. In true Acacia Walker form, she brought the only ACC trophy to practice, 2007 men's soccer, the only ACC championship in school history, and she made her players walk by it to practice, and she said, you can look at it, but you can't touch it. In her words, we've never been good enough to win an ACC championship.
And think about that. They've been good enough to win a national championship, but never the ACC. Another draw control win for Holly Schleicher. She's come in and provided some big-time circle play.
Small in size, but she is a warrior, fights for the possession. A huge win off the circle for Boston College. Pulls within for their first lead of the game. It's 10-9.
Boston College holding their first lead of the day. 12:35 remaining in this fourth quarter. You know Jenny Levy's Carolina team is not out of this yet. Right now defending, coming out of the Boston College timeout. The Eagles, no turnovers in the last 18 minutes. They have scored 4 in a row to take the lead here. Reynolds weaving through traffic, bouncer, and it goes! Andrea Reynolds makes it 11-9 BC.
What a score for Andrea Reynolds. You can just feel the difference in energy this BC team has put on display. BC has scored on the last 5 shots. Reynolds gets the latest with the face dodge, pulls back. She's under a lot of pressure and getting a lot of contact. Shoots that as she's got the pressure, is able to score. So Boston College, they struggle with their shooting below 30% for much of this game. Now they're inching closer to that 50% mark. 11 goals on 23 shots. Story now is UNC, they got to get possession. Just 14 shots on the day. They've been highly efficient, 9 of 14, but they need more opportunities. And Boston College starting to win the draw control. So a big move, moving the freshman number 15, Abby Herod, drawing against Olivia Dirks.
North Carolina's last shot came at the 7:57 mark of the third quarter. It was a Caitlin Wurzberger goal to make it 9-6. Since that last shot, Carolina attempted Boston College on a 5-0 run. The freshman Abby Herod making a difference at the draw. She is dominating the circle right now.
Great direction for Abby Herod. It's a 3-person unit that works that draw team. The person taking the draw and the 2 circle players. And you got to work in unison, lots of communication. Reynolds is able to take that one in the air. This is a clean possession.
Carolina has practically led for this entire ACC championship. Not just this game, the entire tournament. 16-6 win against Clemson. They got out to an 8-0 start against Syracuse. Led this game 4-1 early.
Let's go, Blue!
And now trailing. We tick near 11 minutes left in regulation. Eagles trying to hold on to a 2-goal lead.
Really patient, nice job, just trying to attack the cage. They don't have it pulling out. Good save for Alicia Nicholas.
If you're looking for the Virginia-Notre Dame men's game, that is streaming live on ACC Network Extra on the ESPN app. And we'll get you to Charlottesville once we're done here in Charlotte. A fun finish coming. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to this ACC championship game. Carolina trying to come back and make it 7 straight ACC championship titles. They have been starved of possession in this second half. And they've seen a 3-goal lead evaporate.
Great communication, double teams being sent.
Here's Nicole Humphrey. Shot clock winding down. 10 seconds to shoot. Carolina has to hurry. And Mackenzie Rich draws the 8-meter, but this is not a great angle here.
Are they going to give her the inside hash mark? She's headed to the outside hash mark. You're right, not a great angle.
And only 6 seconds. What do you do here?
I think you try to weasel your way in. So great stick protection and try to get in. Now you see Boston College is able to line up and mark up on the off-ball player. So I don't think a feed is going to work. I think she's got to go in 1-2 steps and release the shot.
Storming in, spinning. Got a decent look, but couldn't finish it. And that's a shot clock violation. Big stop for BC.
Besides Boston College shooting extremely much more efficient than they were in the first half, a huge reason for their play is their defense. Shea Dolce just 2 saves, and what they've done is they've limited UNC's shooting. UNC really hasn't been able to get off high-quality shots, and not many shots at all. Just 15 shots in the game.
And only 11 of those on goal. So you mentioned Shea Dolce, only 2 saves, and yet a 2-goal lead under 9 minutes left in regulation.
And I like the adjustments that they made in front of Shea Dolce. They're sending that second slide just a little bit earlier to really disrupt the offense for UNC. I think that's made a huge difference in the second half.
UNC seemed to have everything working offensively. It was just dodging the cage hard. There was no slide coming.
Here's Magid, dumps inside. Good look for Courtney Weeks. Couldn't finish it. Shot clock down to 7. Belle Smith eyeing her options, picks out Courtney Weeks. It doesn't go, and that's another shot clock violation. So both defenses doing their part in the fourth quarter.
UNC looking to lock down. That was a nice effort. They get possession. Now they got to get a shot earlier in the shot clock. Want to make sure they get multiple shot attempts if they're not able to connect.
North Carolina has not scored in more than 15 minutes of gameplay. That last goal at the 7:57 mark of the third quarter. It's allowed Boston College to score 5 in a row to grab a 2-goal lead midway through the fourth.
Marissa White, the leading goal scorer for UNC, held scoreless. Just one shot on the day.
Godine's been quiet too, 36 in Tar Heel blue.
Wurzburger, 1 goal in 1 shot.
North Carolina out of rhythm, and that's another turnover.
You gotta get good shot opportunities, have to connect on those passes. UNC with 11 turnovers. See, offsides on UNC, so they're gonna reset the shot clock.
North Carolina led this game at halftime, 7-4. In this second half, Boston College outscoring Carolina 7-2. So as much as the offense has stepped it up, the defensive adjustment to hold that Carolina offense to just 2 goals in this second half has been remarkable.
The key caused turnovers, starting to win possessions off the draw, really keeping the ball out of Carolina's sticks.
Davis, patient, off to Martello. Offensive foul.
Gonna call a block.
And now Boston College's defense asked to hold once again.
Boston College defensively has come out to show, and a big part of that is Jen Kent, the defensive coordinator for BC. She is such a mind for this game. She's so smart on the field and so smart off the field. Acacia Walker describes her relationship with Jen Kent as a marriage. They don't see things the same way, but they work so hard together for the common goal, and she gave her a big prop. She said, yes, she can get it done on the field, but the relationships that she builds with molding young women is absolutely outstanding, and she's so appreciative to have her on the staff.
Here's Kaylee Hardin trying to beat that Jen Kent defense. Had a good look, couldn't finish it. Belle Smith lost a stick. And it's Boston College ball. The defense stands tall once again. Whatever the adjustment Jen Kent made in this second half, it is working.
One of the best in the business. 6 kids Jen Kent has had, all amazing athletes.
Too shy of a Stanwyck.
She has just done a phenomenal job. Been with Boston College for so many years. Orchestrated some great defenses. Her players love playing for her. She knows how to relate to this age group, get them motivated.
Not to mention, she's highly entertaining to be around on the sidelines. Very animated, I love it.
And she has kept Carolina scoreless since midway through this third quarter. It's allowed Boston College's offense to find a rhythm. BC went from down 9-6 to up 11-9, looking for more. We tick under 3 minutes and 30 seconds in regulation. At what point do you pile on the pressure here if you're North Carolina defensively?
I think you need to start being aggressive. Still plenty of time, but the problem is they have not been able to get a lot of shots off. So a great defensive effort here. Get possession, gotta make sure you don't have a turnover.
Battle for the ground ball, and it's won by Boston College. What hustle with an ACC championship on the line.
This Eagles team, the ability to come back, things not going their way when they were down 7-4 at half. Starting to win possessions, especially ones like those. Those are those 50-50 balls that make all the difference at the end of the game. And Boston College being smart with the time on the clock, and now is the time that UNC needs to start putting on the pressure. You want to force, you need a turnover, so you want to force them to try to go to cage. I'd start pressuring the ball carriers. You want to be careful not to get a yellow card, but start playing good defense, putting some pressure on. They need to start extending out. Excellent check by Kaylee Harden. Brooklyn Walker-Welsh on the run.
Gives North Carolina life. 2 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. Walker-Welsh on the run. Dispossessed. The freshman Shea Baker. Another caused turnover by Boston College. This is remarkable.
Shea Baker in the passing lane, gets her stick there. Clean takeaway. She read that well.
Nine caused turnovers for Boston College. That is the difference in this game. The Eagles take a timeout. They are starting to feel it. A minute 27 away from what would be the program's first ever ACC championship.
5 unanswered goals for Boston College. Another comeback this season. Last UNC goal was 7 minutes and 57 seconds in the third quarter. Been held scoreless since. The Eagles ramped up the pressure defensively, made some key draw circle adjustments, and started finishing on their shots. All the while with Jen Medjid, the leading goal scorer for this Eagles team, has not scored.
How about this for North Carolina? Offensively, so good in that first half. They shot 7 of 11, extremely efficient. In the second half, 2 of 5. They've only taken 5 shots this entire second half.
And that's a huge credit to the BC defense, keeping the ball away, coming up with turnovers. Oddly similar to Syracuse's performance in the tournament. It's such a high-powered offense, just didn't. Syracuse had the opportunities when they were going against Carolina in that semifinal game. Today, North Carolina just needs more shots on cage, and they've got 1 minute 27 seconds left. So look for Phil Barnes, their defensive coordinator, another mastermind.
They have to cause a turnover.
They got to cause a turnover. And he's been with Jenny Levy, and the UNC defense year in and year out are constantly praised as being so solid fundamentally. They play man-on-man defense, just an excellent mind in this game. And they work so well together, their partnership. So both these programs similar in terms of their relationships. Head coach, defensive coordinator, just long relationship. But UNC, they're gonna be pressed now. They need a turnover, pressure on the ball. Actually force them to shoot. Put pressure on your goalie to make the save.
They're keeping it loose on the sidelines too. So goalie pulled for North Carolina, or you would think Nicholas actually going back inside the circle. I think you gotta pull her here,
right? It looks like she's ready to press out.
North Carolina needs a turnover just to have a chance here.
And now it's just Boston College, their job to play keep away. 50 seconds left on the shot clock.
And even though that net is empty, you're actually not looking to score here.
I don't think they should score. I think they should try to run out the clock, and then you just dump the ball in the corner. If you've got a 100% chance of a shot at the end of the shot clock. Now they're being forced backwards. Great pressure by UNC. Now they can do it. BC can utilize the whole field. They can take it back to their goalie. Not a certain area they need to keep the ball in. Shea Baker, excellent protection of her stick.
40 seconds left. 15 on the shot clock. North Carolina with their backs against the wall here. And a hard foul. A yellow card coming out, and this should seal it for Boston College.
This will be a reset of the shot clock, and Belle Smith will get possession of the ball. UNC down a player for up to 2 minutes, which would carry over if UNC was able to tie this ball game up into overtime, but put BC in a great possession now to run out the clock. That cross-check was awarded the yellow card. Now, if I was BC, I just would utilize, have Bell Smith run out of trouble, get it down to the goalie, just work the entire field. Pass over the pressure.
Player up for the remainder of this game. 15 seconds away. North Carolina has been the dynasty in the ACC. They won 6 in a row. But this year belongs to Boston College. For the first time in program history, the Eagles are ACC champions.
Boston College 11, North Carolina 9.
What a monumental win for Boston College. Avenging the national championship loss from last year, they get their first ACC championship. The school's first ACC championship since men's soccer back in 2007. And UNC, they held scoreless the last 22 minutes and 50 seconds of the game.
Hoisting that trophy, as Sheehan said, for only the second time in school history. Men's soccer in 2007, and the first time in program history, an ACC championship to join that 2021 national championship. And I think more than anything, Sheehan, this Boston College team that was doubted throughout the regular season has now proven they can do it without Charlotte North.
They figured out, they made the adjustments. What an absolute team win.
Oh my God.
Let's go down to Dana Boyle standing with ACC champion Acacia Walker.
Thanks, Jay. Coach, you told us this week and you told your team you've never been good enough to win an ACC championship. How about that performance out there?
We were good enough today. We were good enough today. I'm so proud of them. They did everything that they needed to do to beat an amazing team. I'm so proud of them. I want to cherish this forever.
You said a team that prioritizes defense is truly capable of winning, but you held UNC scoreless for 22 minutes.
Yep.
What did you like about your defensive performance?
Everything, the tenacity and the courage out of all of them, and they played on a string and they played for each other, and that's what it takes. That's what it takes.
Congratulations,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Go celebrate.
Thank you.
ACC champions for the first time in program history. What a way to end a terrific week in Charlotte here at the ACC Championship. For our terrific crew, thank you so much. Sheehan, Stanwick, Birch, Dana Boyle, Jay Alter saying so long, BC ACC champs.